Hi, I'm Stephen Wessner, CEO of Predictive ROI, and for this week's video, I want to address a question, or maybe answer a question that I'm often asked, and that is, how within Predictive ROI, how have you built a virtual leadership team? Predictive ROI as a company is a virtual company. We don't have offices spread across the country. We don't have a central headquarters where we all work and collaborate and so forth as an overall team and then specifically as a leadership team. We don't. We're actually spread across the country. All of our teammates are in different cities, whether that's Des Moines or La Crosse, Wisconsin, so Des Moines, Iowa, or Fort Collins, Colorado, Seattle, Washington, Salt Lake, Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, Nashville, Tennessee. We are spread across the country, and we have been from the beginning. And as we continue to grow, that is part of our growth strategy, is to continue to spread across the country so we can be as helpful to as many clients as possible in the different geographies. But that also puts more pressure on us as a leadership team and then as teammates to make sure that we're communicating and serving clients and dealing with challenges as they come up. Busy downtown Portland, Maine. So a couple weeks ago I talked about being able to fit in the work when you have pockets of time to be able to fit it in, and I'm traveling this week. So that's why I wanted to cover this topic on the road, because one, it was important to get it done, but then as you'll also see in this video, that I've been here in Portland, Maine the entire week with my fellow leaders, Eric Jensen and Catherine Bessler on my team. We are the leadership team within Predictive ROI, and they've been with me almost the entire week. Eric is still with me as part of an owners group mastermind that I'm a part of this week. And then Catherine was here earlier in the week to work with Eric and myself on Traction, our quarterly rocks. And so I want to share with you the 4 ingredients that, in my opinion, have given us the ability, Catherine, Eric, and myself, the ability to build a virtual leadership team that really works well with one another, even though we're not in the same place each and every day. So I think there's 4 ingredients. So let's go through those 4 ingredients. And the first one is spend time together. So what do I mean by that? So at a bare minimum, on a quarterly basis, we get together in person, whether that's in Des Moines, whether that's in Portland, Maine, whether that's in Boston, whether that's in Disney. We get together at least once a quarter where the 3 of us are physically in a room together for a couple of days, and we're going through those specific goals, the big quarterly rocks that we call our big goals. We're going through those together as a team in person at least once a quarter. And then we also do something fun too. And so, whether we go to a Red Sox game like we did this week, and so that was a really cool experience. Catherine had never been to a Major League Baseball game, and what a great place to go to your first game. You go to Fenway Park, for Pete's sake, and we got to watch my beloved Indians win a game against the Red Sox. And that was a really great experience to be able to share that together as a team. And then we also do that at Disney, where we'll spend several days together in team building and in working and conversations, and then we'll have fun at the parks. And so we've taken the time to not only focus on doing the work, but then also in getting to know one another at the deepest possible level. And so there's always trust. And so Catherine knows that Eric has her back, and that I have Eric's, and vice versa. We can count on each other, to make sure that we're providing each other with the right teamwork, and then with our teammates, the right teamwork and support. And as I like to say, the hug, because we all need that hug sometimes. And then also the push, because sometimes we all need that push too. So that's the first ingredient, investing the time, but investing the time smartly, that you're focusing on the business and the big quarterly rocks that you need to get done, and how that's going to feed into your thought leadership and biz dev and all of those things, but then also that you're taking time to have fun as a team as well, and investing in the personal side of those relationships. So that's the first ingredient. The second ingredient to, in my opinion, building a high-performing, high-quality, supercharged up virtual leadership team is to invest in them. So as I mentioned a few minutes ago, Eric has been with me, or is with me right now, doing a owners group mastermind session so for the last couple of days, that's what we've been doing. We've been spending time with our fellow agency owners. We're part of the Agency Management Institute. That group is run by Drew McClellan, and Eric and I are part of the Velocity Owner Group within AMI. So this week is our 2.5-day meeting. We meet every 6 months at a different location, and Portland, Maine is the location that we selected. Well, when Eric and I knew that we were going to be here for those few days with Drew, and Drew is also a mentor of ours, our leadership team and our overall business, then we also took the opportunity to align that with the quarterly meeting with Drew for Traction, where we go through our big quarterly rocks, address issues, and really continue to keep the business on the growing path. So then Catherine joined us on the front half of the week in order to spend those several days with Drew, which is when we also went to the Red Sox game. So this entire week became one of those leveling up weeks where we're investing in our teammates, spending time with a mentor, doing something fun, but then also learning from other agency owners or other business owners who are in the same canoe as us. So you need to invest in your team. Invest in those experiences. So Eric spends time with me in the owners group, and then Agency Management Institute also has a key executive group, similar in structure, similar in process, and Catherine is a part of that group. So she spends time every six months with the key executive or fellow key executive members of that group. So we're investing in the development of all three leaders, and you need to do the exact same thing. Invest in your leaders, both from a skills perspective and then an experiences perspective. In my opinion, the third ingredient to building a highly successful, high-performing virtual leadership team is to get a mentor for your team members who is outside of the business. And one of our most influential mentors has absolutely, without a doubt, been Drew McClellan, who is the CEO of the Agency Management Institute. So Drew spends time with us quarterly, actually more like on a monthly basis, working through our issues. And that doesn't necessarily mean problems, that just means the things that we need to get tackled and solved. Well, I guess sometimes they are problems, but then also they can be big opportunities. How do we approach this opportunity? And then solving those along the way on a consistent basis, as well as then helping us and hold us accountable to being successful with our quarterly rocks. And that process is grueling, it's challenging, and extremely rewarding. And has really set Predictive on an excellent trajectory for not only the growth we've already experienced, but also then the growth going forward. That would be impossible to do for me to hold the leadership team accountable. One, because I'm a part of the team, but then also it's difficult to then have those types of candid conversations. And so that's where a mentor's, not only because that mentor can be maybe a little bit more candid, but also because that mentor has a completely different lens, a different point of view, sees the challenges or the opportunities in a different light, in a different construct, and has different experiences. And it is an extremely valuable perspective to have for your business. So in my opinion, that third ingredient has to be get a mentor who is outside of your business, who understands your industry, and who can be candid, but then also instructive and help you hug and push the entire team, your entire leadership team, to new levels. So that's the third ingredient. And then, in my opinion, the fourth ingredient is to then trust your team. Truly trust your team. Not lip service, yeah, Kat, I think you got it, and then you're continuing to look over her shoulder and micromanage the process. No, truly trust your team. Be able to delegate to your teammates, right, within the leadership team, each of you being able to delegate, and then delegating from the leadership team to your other teammates. And so collectively, as an entire team within the business, you're getting a lot of stuff done in a very short period of time. So trusting your team, empowering your team to truly make those decisions to delegate, and then evaluating and measuring success along the way. So let's quickly recap. Ingredient number one, invest your time. Truly invest and spend time with your team. The second ingredient, invest in your team, whether that's resources and experiences and professional development and so forth. Third is find a mentor who is outside of your team to then mentor and give you that hug and push that that is absolutely critical to the success of your team. And then number 4, being able to truly trust, delegate, evaluate, measure, make adjustments along the way. So it's been my experience that those four ingredients have been absolutely critical to the success of predictive ROI overall, and then certainly have been critical to our success in building a virtual leadership team. I hope that helps. Please do give us or give me your comments below. Thumbs up, thumbs down, helps me get better each and every week. And I look forward to your feedback and seeing you again next week with another lesson that we've learned along the way. So thanks very much for your time.